Hi.
Hola colegas, bienvenidos un día más al canal. El día de hoy les traigo la tercera parte de la entrevista que le hice a la profesora Gorsuch. Si no vieron las dos primeras partes, los links los dejo por acá arriba y también abajo en la cajita de información. Y en este video la profesora habla acerca de algunas de las ideas que se tiene del método comunicativo con respecto a que se le tiene que dar más énfasis a la habilidad de habla y otras habilidades como la de lectura no son consideradas tan importantes. No se olviden en dejar en comentarios lo que ustedes piensan de estos temas o sus experiencias y vamos a ver la entrevista.
The thing that you're talking about, spending all this time speaking and ignoring reading and writing, particularly reading, which is a very important source of input. The things that you're talking about, I connect more with the proficiency movement than I connect with the communicative approach. And again, that's kind of a uniquely American take on language learning, unfortunately. So I think we have to examine first what the proficiency movement is. And the proficiency movement is deeply puzzling to me for a number of reasons. One is that on one hand, the very term proficiency means language use with no particular specific use in mind. So it just seems contradictory to me that we have students just sort of aimlessly practicing speaking or whatever they're doing in class with no real target, no specific language use situation that they're being asked to communicate in or address. So it's deeply confusing to me. I think we have to examine this proficiency movement and separate it from the idea of the communicative approach. I think that the proficiency movement has become very popular because it's sort of piggybacked on top of communicative approach, but I think that it's really quite different in a number of ways. Because if you were to talk to someone in Japan or someone teaching Spanish in Korea, for example, and it's a highly studied language in South Korea, by the way. If you were to talk to someone there about, what is the communicative approach, they're not going to answer in terms of students speaking. They may not even answer in terms of skills development. They'll think in terms of, what is possible for me to ask learners to do in my context. So in the case of a Spanish teacher in South Korea, for example, yeah, they have a conversation course, but they have other courses where the students have to read emails and produce emails and do all these other things. And they do that because it's thought that Korean students are more comfortable doing that, writing and reading instead of speaking. So again, this whole idea of 80% speaking and everything else we do supports student speaking. This is uniquely American, unfortunately, and I think it's part of the proficiency movement.
Gracias por pasar por mi canal una vez más y nos vemos el próximo viernes.